You're watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
Welcome. It's me, Hannah Crum, with two legends.
Okay, me, Steve.
Steve.
And Mad Cat.
And Matt Cat.
This guy right here. Every time you score, he has to play this song for you every time, every single time. David, he appears. I believe in Derek. Let's go.
And welcome to another edition of The Musings. Busy week as far as the world of soccer goes, as all the everything's starting to come together. Teams going in preseason training in the USL and in other leagues here in the States. The European leagues getting into a climax. We just finished up Champions League stage play last week. We'll talk about that as well. But just been busy times as spring is around the corner. Steve, getting excited here.
Yeah, I was very excited. Last week I went out for the first time in almost 10 days because of this bitter cold snap. The weather is more manageable, thank you very much. I had a great weekend, go to the Derby, go to a gig, and I went to the Collect Bar to see Celtic win on Sunday 2-0 against the team I have tripped up. But hey, Rangers drew, so it's getting interesting because we have a chance for 3 points today because that's what happened yesterday.
St. Mirren knocked off. Yeah, St. Mirren knocked off Hearts.
So it's a great chance to be 3 points behind after the season they had. Literally.
We shall see. And then Martin O'Neill, I think, was saying something on TalkSport the other day. They were talking about does he want to stay or not? And he flat out said he's not going to stay, regardless of what happens at the end of the year. Guy's 74 years old. He's 74 years old.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is his second caretaker manager. He's going to do it for the rest of the year. And now the bigger question, if he doesn't stay, who they're going to find? Hopefully not MLS again. We learned that the hard way.
Robbie Keane, as mentioned by Rod Stewart a couple weeks ago, we shared that video with you. One of those guys. I mean, there's a lot of names out there that could easily, fall into place there. We know they're not going to go the MLS route again, but needless to say,
yeah, the last coach they hired lasted 33 days. Oh my God.
Yeah, probably.
I digress.
Yeah, it was horrible though. But yeah, a few moves over at DCFC. Going on. One big move is that they've started demolition at the corner of Michigan and 20th.
Yeah, so the other day I was in my purse scrolling Facebook until my good friend Conrad, who used to see a lot photographing the games at Keyword Stadium, was at the site on Monday and took these photos on the 20th side of the other side of the stadium. Yes, they have started demolition. I have everybody saying after months and months and said, when demolitions are started. When demolition started. It started on Monday on the other half, and you can see they make good progress of ripping up the siding and seeing the exposed steel with nothing left. And I reading one commenter say, why they couldn't do a surgery? Well, we have to understand they had to do everything right by the book and all that, including the community benefit ordination, the community benefit package. Remember that and all that. And then the public one, which was about 6 weeks ago when they tore down the overhand of the former lobby of Southwest General Detroit. But seeing the photo, my reaction, it's good to see. It's just a start. A good chunk of it already in the I will say the southeast side of the hospital, near the tree tunnel, the viaduct.
Yes, and good progress definitely because that's one step closer to actual construction being done on the site. So great news there. So
I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Remember when I took the picture you used to show last week? I took it from the other side of the freeway, and nothing was being done. I was surprised they did it on the 20th side version view of the whole thing.
Well, the hospital's more closer to 20th Street than it is the freeway.
Well,
To
not
be
close to
fair.
the freeway, and they had to watch it down because air sometimes linger up there, so they want to weigh the dust down. So, but good progress. And next week when we do the musings, I'll take a photo and we'll update. Hey, we're our mission is try to be accurate. How progress is going. So
Yes, so good news on that on the stadium forefront, of course. Also good news as far as the signing forefront for Detroit City FC. Signing definitely in a position of need, the center back position. Kellen Montgomery comes to us on a 1-year deal from Calvary FC in the Canadian Premier League. Okay, here's all the questions again. We're going that route again, but he seems like to be a pretty decent player. 28 years old. Has some USL Championship experience, as you can see here, playing with San Diego Loyal and San Antonio FC.
And before that, Texas FC.
Yep, in League One.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, before that club moved into MLS Next Pro. USL Championship experience for Montgomery included 2 years in the championship, which he played at San Antonio in 2020 and San Diego in 2021, totaling 3 goals in his USL Championship career. Basically, a center back. For the so that's one position that we definitely are in need of because we lost 2 center backs in the offseason, if you remember.
Yes, I do. Via retirement.
Yep, both Shane Week and Stephen Carroll, as a matter of fact. But yeah, he's won trophies. He won CPL in 2024 with Calvary FC and won a trophy in in USL League One with North Texas.
I see. Yes.
So he's, 1 goal, 1 assist last year, 6.91 in 20 FOTMOB rated in a total of 24 matches for them. So solid center back from what it sounds like.
Yes, and we need that considering we have to get them help in the defensive back. So
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I think he might work well with Hope Gunn. I did did it again. Did another roster, shall we say, deep dive. So we'll go back. So I did another roster deep dive yesterday.
Oh, again.
Yeah. So this time with this roster deep dive, I decided to go with a 4-4-2, which includes Montgomery and Hope Gunn as your center backs, with Devin Amumensa and Michael Bryant being your wings. Yamazaki, and mind you, I put Yamazaki in there because basically of, we've had issues as far as the wings go with injury. Reese Williams being one of those issues. Maxi Rodriguez, Kobe Hernandez Foster in the middle, and Alex DeLue, the Bloomfield Hills native, going
and your forward had to be Darren Smith and Alpha Juke, your lead scorers of last year.
Absolutely. So solid looking lineup, I think. A lineup that could win some games for you, I think. Especially up front. And then the matter, that four right there of Rodriguez, Hernandez Foster, Juf, and Darren Smith. As far as, I'm feeling a little bit better about the center back position as is late. Still skeptical about it because how these guys are
Yeah,
going to play together and whatnot. And then, of course, they're playing a game today.
yeah, you're right. This is the first of 7 games in the preseason schedule. They're in Florida. They're in Burgerton facing on Sporting Jacksonville. They're going to get their first taste of the team in Jacksonville. Then over the weekend, they're going to face on FC Cincy of Major League Soccer in Clearwater. They're doing preseason well, and FC Naval from League One on February 11 in Sarasota, Florida. Then they come back to Michigan to do a game, Oakland U at Oakland University on February 18th. Their soccer field is great, by the way. I must say, I've been there. That infamous Open Cup game against the Michigan Bucks. Uh, uh, February 21st against Toronto FC. That will be in Canton. And February 28th, they're playing a friendly against Western Michigan University at the Wayne State soccer field. That will get a first test because, as you probably know, they're setting up a women's soccer team this year. And while the MLS, not MLS, excuse me, oh my, the USL season begins on March the 7th. Detroit have a week off, but we're going to play a friendly against Ford Madison at Western Michigan University. So,
And Detroit City's women's MASL squad will be finishing out their campaign. In fact, the regular season, believe it or not, March 6th, as Lexington hosts Louisville City in Blue Grassico down in Lexington.
and that will be the kickoff of the 2026 season, right?
Yes. So, yeah, we got to, probably within the next couple weeks, we better start previewing some teams here, getting our predictions in.
Yes, our dreaded predictions. You know how well that worked out last week. It was more better than the contestants on Haiku buzzing in early before the question saying, "Do we decimal system?" Sorry.
But but it looks like we have a clearer. I think we have more of a clearer picture this year of who could probably come out on top as far as whoever who would come out on top and as far as the East goes and all that stuff. It's a little bit of a clearer picture than what we had last year.
I know.
I
Well,
I
yeah.
think so. We'll be doing that in the next couple weeks for sure. As far as that goes, women's. Speaking of
Yes.
the women, we were talking about that a little bit. The announcement came down about the divisional alignment for 2026 as far as USLW goes. It's an all Michigan division, baby.
Yes. Pretty much the same, except for one team that is not in the division.
Toledo Villa had to go to, I believe it was the Valley Division because of they lost a couple teams. King's Hammer being one of them, leaving USLW. So they had to balance that division out. So now their Toledo Villa will be paired with Racing Louisville, Indy 11, and I can't remember the other team in that. It's a 4-team division. As far as our division
Indy
goes,
11, Blue Philly, and I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, the Dayton Dutch Lions.
okay, yeah.
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 And I had to scratch my head because I've been to Toledo before. A Valley, I know it's called the Valley Division, but as a Valley?
Ohio Valley.
Oh, Ohio Valley. Okay.
Yep, the Ohio Valley for the most part when you think about that. So that's
Yeah,
why they ended
and
up they ended up dropping in there to balance that out. But then again, he still got one division, the Heartland division. It's got like what 7 or 8 teams in it or something like that.
I know, and the Great Lake Division, it's good. Ann Arbor FC, Kalamazoo, Midwestern United, Union FC Mobile. I think we could take the division again. Who knows? But like I said,
Gotta watch out for AFC Ann Arbor. They gave us trouble last year.
I remember before losing to Toledo Villa in the last game of the regular season, and we got to go to the playoffs. But I can't believe we're disappointed because at the end of last year, we were talking about Toledo Villa building on success mostly of colleges of BG Bowling Green University where they got most of their players, and they're a good soccer team. So We're not going to see that, unfortunately. This opportunity. I
No,
know they bump the thing up, but
you know, like I said, I mean, you know, as far as the divisional alignment is concerned, it's not really balanced when you look at the. But they are aiming to play a 10 to 12 game schedule as far as that goes. As far as our division goes, I mean, there's what now? There's one, two, three, four, five teams in our division right now. So you got at least 8 games with those opponents home and away. Now we're not sure if there's going to be an extra opponent as far as that goes, or if there's going to be cross play or whatever it is, like we have in the MASLW. How that's going to work out, but I'm but that's going to be determined in the next few weeks or so when they announce the schedules for the regular season coming up. I'm assuming that the playoff picture is going to be the top four going into the playoffs like it was last year.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So basically, it's win and you're in type deal. I mean, there's no room for error as far as that goes. And with this Detroit City squad, we know that the fact that no room for error, even though they did have a couple missteps along the way, it did balance out for them, and they ended up making a playoff spot last season.
Uh-huh. You have to get on them early, so we'll see.
Yep. So basically,
and it will be done in the beautiful, bright, beautiful skies on the end of the day of the week on Saturday or Sunday. Who knows?
we'll find out what the schedule looks like there. Hopefully it's going to be another accessible schedule again, which I was able to make all the road matches last year.
Yes, I do. Yes. Yeah.
So that was good. That was good times. That was good times there. Looking forward to that indeed. So, but one bit of news. I don't know if we want to save this for later on, but a little love shown by the by a little cross team love for the Pistons.
I
Or not the
gotta say,
Pistons.
Madcap, when I saw this post said, "Oh, wait a minute," I was talking to you and I said, "Wait a minute, hold on, new player," and I saw the video and I said, "Wait a minute, this is not soccer. I've been fooled."
I guess it was a little thing during one of the games last week. Just screwing around. I think it was late in the game and all that stuff. A couple of the Piston players were just, you know, bouncing around with the headgear. So, yeah, they were bouncing the ball on the heads, and so yeah, so Javante Green, and Ron Holland playing around as far as the you know you know
And they had
just
good
screwing around, and I mean they could afford to. I think they were winning by like 40 points at that point.
Yeah, considering the Pistons been beating everybody up all season, except for the close games against our main rivals, literally. So,
Mm. Well, I mean
yeah,
they walloped on
one
the
of them,
Nuggets. They walloped on
yeah,
the Nuggets.
you're right. One of them have some mad footy
They
skills,
were.
literally.
I was going to say they were walloping on the Nuggets, but the Nuggets came back late, and then they still had enough room to win the ball game last night.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, one of the players that was done at the Piston Training Center close by, he had some mad footy skills.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a play there. To, shout out to the comms team over at or the social media team over at Detroit City FC for recognizing that. And yeah, I am so looking forward to going to that game against Oklahoma City on February 25th. That's going to be a fun game.
And I'll be watching on TV because this could be a preview of things to come.
I'm thinking that game's good. I wouldn't be surprised if that game's on ESPN that night.
It's going to be on ESPN, yes, or NBC, or I don't know.
Yeah, usually it's an ESPN night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday and Mondays now for NBC and Peacock. As far as their games go, they moved the Tuesday package now, or Coast to Coast Tuesdays to Sunday now. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna.
That used to be the TNT spot. Yeah.
And it's like, why didn't I don't know. Why didn't NBC pick up, because I'm seeing far less of Sir Charles Shack and Kenny Smith and Ernie Johnson on
On
ESPN.
ESPN. I know. No, brother.
Yeah.
I
They
know.
would love. They would love to see what's going on with this Piston club. Stephen A. Smith's impressed.
Oh yeah, the person we don't like is impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very impressed with this club. He's in fact so impressed he's afraid of playing them. They are a scary team. They are a scary team, and I think looking forward to seeing them. But we are here to talk soccer, of course, and we're trying to. So, but
Let's
yeah,
get
let's get
back
into that. Yeah, let's get into what's going on in Europe. Remember last week I kind of counted them out, but now they moved 6 points ahead of City in the race for the premiership. And then this morning I was listening to Talk Sport Breakfast, and Piers Morgan
Oh, brother.
couldn't. Piers Morgan, he's a big Arsenal fan, as you know, and
Yeah.
and
He's happy his team is on the top of the mountain, king of the hill, number one, to go Frank Sinatra.
he dropped the quad thing. He dropped the quad thing on there. He's all optimistic about them going for the quad.
That is FA Cup, the Premier Cup, European, and this
The Moose Cup.
the Carabao Cup. Yeah. They won against Chelsea yesterday. They won on aggregate 4-2, meaning they're going to meet for the winner-take-all final against Manchester City, who have a 2-0 league against
Newcastle.
Newcastle coming into the second leg of the game.
So I said last week that Arsenal won't win the league. Because that was my hot take, or that was my sorry not last week. I said that Arsenal wouldn't win the league, and then they go and they dump. Literally, they dump. Go back to their opponent on Saturday.
It was Leeds 4-0.
Yeah, they dumped Leeds 4-1.
4-1. Oh my!
They just destroyed them. So this finishing move I was talking about, Arteta, they dumped it on Leeds. And then yesterday it was a boring match from what Kai Havertz, gets the goal in stoppage time to put them away, but they were already up on aggregate anyway by a score of 3-2.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah, Villa.
But the thing is, you get into these one-off games, whether it be Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, the right team comes in there to upend you. Bye-bye that trophy, or bye-bye the quad. Champions League's 2 legs. So when they get into the round of, when they meet their round of 16 opponent, that's on the average of 2 legs, kind of like what the Carabao Cup is now. FA Cup, it's one and done.
Yeah.
So they could have a bad night. Say, like against a team like Manchester United, for example, they could end up drawing them, and then next thing you know, they upend them in the FA Cup. So, getting a quad is not an easy achievement to do, let alone getting the treble. And only 2 English teams have done that, and they are both from Manchester.
Manchester United and City, or Manchester? Yep. Okay.
Yep. United back in '99, Manchester City back in 2023.
That's okay. I know.
So, there's still a lot of season left. City's taking on Liverpool this weekend, so that could at Anfield, so that could matter a huge bit in the race. City has to go in there and make a statement. Get 3 points. If they get 3 points at Anfield, that's gonna be a harbinger in this. That's gonna be a marking point in this race. Either way,
I
this game's
know,
going to be a
and
mark of
they
points
have
in
to
the Flames.
rely on the mighty, powerful leg of Thor. That's Hellwig, by the way.
And Cherokee and Semenyo have been contributing as well. So we shall see. You got to worry about that back line. No, that back line has been so much a problem for Manchester City as of late. So
I know. Speaking of Manchester teams, the other team, Manchester U, and I did see this on my phone while waiting for the bus to the collect bar. 1-3-2. They won their third straight, and for that little kid who vowed not to cut his hair until they won 5 in a row, they're up to 3. They're up to 3. And for a minute there, I thought I was worried because Fulham late on scored the equalizer to tie 2-2. You know what I mean? And then City had a great goal that fooled the goaltender.
or
They held
United,
on. They
United,
won it 3-2.
yeah, Sesko with the game winner in the 4th minute of stoppage time for Man U. 3 in a row for the mighty Reds.
And for that kid who have grown his hair for almost 400 days without getting a haircut, he's only 2 wins away.
2 wins away.
Yes, although the next opponent, who they're facing on next week, this week.
They take on Tottenham,
I
who
know,
drew
and last week off
City
air,
last week.
yeah, last week off air, we were talking about every time they get into either the middle of the table squad against the bottom of the table squad, they're not that great against those teams, right?
Not so much. Not so much. The last game should be a win, but they're traveling to London Stadium for that one. And
Against
that's
West
against
Ham.
West Ham. West Ham has been coming on a little bit late to try to get themselves out of the relegation zones themselves. So
I know.
and then you got Everton after that. So the next 5, though, I mean, should they slip up against Tottenham, which could be a possibility.
Okay.
Which could be a possibility. The next 5 after that would be West Ham at the London Stadium, Everton at Hill Dickinson, Crystal Palace, who's been struggling mightily as of late.
I know. They're not the team that won the
into,
FA Cup last year.
And they're falling into the depths of relegation themselves right now. They're in that zone. Newcastle coming up too, and then Aston Villa on the 14th.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. So not an easy, shall we say, not an easy stretch there to get 5 in a row there. So their opportunity has to come this weekend to get to at least 4 in a row, and then you take on West Ham the following week.
Beat Newcastle, and you're going to make that kid who haven't cut his hair in almost 400 days.
Beat Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham. Yes, beat Tottenham. And you're on the road to finally cutting your hair after almost 400 days. Oh my!
Exactly. So
it's a story because it's a big thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's a huge story there. So I mean, you got to look at it. You got to look at it that way because it's just the fact that United hasn't won 5 in a row for a while, and usually usually teams good teams will do that. They'll win like 5, 6, 7 in a row before falling and all that. Man United has not been one of those teams. So and that's a good that'd be a good thing for them, and that'd be a good thing for Michael Carrick as far as laying his claim as possibly being the next coach of Man United going forward.
And he's well on his way. He have won the first 3 games of his managerial career at Man U. So we'll see what happened there.
Yep. Well, so the last time when we recorded, it was before the final round of league play in both the Europa League and in Champions League. It was a stressful, let's just say, last, 15, 20 minutes there.
Yes.
As
Are
far
you
as
talking about?
as far as I was concerned personally, as a Man City fan, because at that point we won our match against
Yes.
Galatasaray. We won our match,
Yes.
and we were just waiting to see, where the chips were going to fall where they may, as far as making a top 8 position and all that stuff. Um, Sporting Sporting Lisbon, I believe it is,
Yeah.
ended up winning their match, so they popped ahead of City, and City was on the A spot with
Uh-huh.
Real Madrid biting at the bit to get in. All they needed to do was equalize against Benfica in order to make the top 8.
This game was holy cow. Literally.
Oh, and then
I
we
was
actually got highlights for you,
Well, we
courtesy of
can't show
Body
highlights
Animation.
because UEFA have locked down all the footage for so we can't show. If you want to see, you can search on YouTube, but we can't show it here.
But we got some highlights. We got highlights here.
Highlights, if you want to
Thanks to the
call
guys
it.
at Body Animation for that. They do a good
Okay.
job. They're funny.
Okay.
And it turned out wildness at the end in stoppage time, the last kick of the game, in which their goalkeeper came in.
Yeah.
Jose Marina brings his goalkeeper out, and the keeper heads it into the net.
And everybody on the internet went totally nuts. The announcers went nuts. The fans went nuts. I saw one clip during a news program. The behind-the-scene people were cheering on that goal that made the broadcast. It
The
was just
Golazo, or the guys at the desk at the Champions League today on CBS.
oh
We're all going nuts. You can see
my
Nico
God!
and Jamie and Micah and all that stuff. Thierry Henry being calm, cool, and reserved. Okay, Abdo.
He's
But
Terry
yeah,
Henry. What do you expect? Yeah,
yeah.
but
But
yeah, that goal
I mean,
came.
it
That
was
goal came.
that was one of the most
That
exciting. That was one of the most exciting goals. I'm like going yes because my team was saved and don't have to go into the punishment round. But that goal right there put Real Madrid into the punishment round of the competition. So now the draw
Yeah,
happens
and here's
a
the
couple
weird
days
part.
later.
Here's the weird part. A neighboring town near Marcel, the team that was in 24th place, they thought the game was over, and guess what? Congratulate them to the punch round on the scoreboard. They didn't realize they were still playing.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Yeah, and there was a lot of questions because did Jose Ramia, who's been a Fiji coach, did he knew that they were on the outside looking in and rolled the dice asking the goaltender to be part of the actor?
At that point, that's why he knew what was going on, where they could, actually get in there. It's like, oh, we have a chance. All we have to do is score. Throw everything but the kitchen sink up there.
Yeah, and that goaltender came more hotter than Lola Heatherstorm, by the way. Oh my God.
And like I said, it was just pure elation for Benfica at that point, and Jose Marino, the chosen one, had to let out a little bit of a celebration there as well. A little bit of a relief, shall we say? As
I
far
want to say one thing. This is the reason why we like soccer so much. There will be some magical moments that will happen. Last week was an example. 15 years ago, Monday with the left foot, of course. Nearly 10 years ago, Landon Donovan with the game-saving goal to go in the round 16. You never know what's going to happen, literally. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you never know what's going to happen with the draws as well.
You're right.
Because they were grouped with 4 teams. I believe it was Inter Milan, Benfica. Well, yeah, Real Madrid and Benfica, and let's see, and Bodo Glimt. They were grouped in
Uh-huh.
that. They were in that little group there as far as opponents for the upcoming, the upcoming round or upcoming punishment round matches in the UEFA Champions League. So the draw happens on Friday
Yeah.
morning.
Yes.
Guess guess who Real Madrid gets in the next round?
Who do Real Madrid get to draw next round? By the way, I didn't see the draw, but tell me who.
Benfica.
Oh, shoot.
Yep. And I love using these body animation graphics because it shows Real Madrid's true character. They like to cry and whine and all that. And I think they have a good description of Vinny Jr. Of him crying and whining. Because I mean, Real Madrid, they are God's gift to football. Just saying. I mean, they make you want to believe that, and I mean, yeah, that could be easily a sorry not sorry for me
Is
today.
that next to the Bronadonna that is Ronaldo?
I mean, this is a club that thinks they're, you thought Liverpool was God's gift to football in the Premier League. These guys wanted to establish the Super League.
Oh, I remember that well. I remember when the Sky Sport commentator, when it happened, he just said, "What the hell? It died 2 days later." Oh my
Yeah.
God, I remember that
Them and
really
Barcelona
well.
were supposed to be the chief stewards of the Super League.
Oh, brother, that's the
Yeah.
reason why they're so. Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
So needless to say, yeah. Needless to say,
Haven't forgotten about the
and
Super
they've
League
been a
and
pain in the
all.
ass in Manchester City over the last couple of years too.
Yeah, we haven't forgot about it. Nope, we haven't forgot about it. It became the dumbest idea of ever that didn't happen. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, and needless to say, like I said, this easily could be a sorry not sorry situation. But
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I would think that. But I just want I would personally I'd like to see it. I just don't want to face them in the round of 16 because last year they bounced us out in the punishment round,
I know.
and then they moved on, and I think they ended up missing out, and PSG ended up winning the title.
Yeah, I know. PSG, I know. Now PSG will start their title defense in the punishment round as well.
I mean, you know what? They ended up winning. They ended up winning it last year after being in that. So
Okay, nothing new.
well, in City's case, they needed the rest. And the thing is, I think the only team that did not make the top 8 out of the Premier League was
Is
Newcastle.
what?
The only team that did not make it into the top 8 was
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I told you last week with 5 out of the 6 teams in the round of 8. That show how strong the UK league is this year.
You guess how many teams are going to be sent into the Champions League next year with
5.
that coefficient? Yep, with that coefficient. They're
Yeah,
one of the top teams in Europe right now, and with that coefficient there, and who knows? There might be another 6 teams depending on what happens in the Europa League.
I
They
see.
still got a couple contenders in there,
I know,
so we will see
including
what.
Nottingham Forest, who's not having a great year.
And
Although
Crystal
they're in
Palace.
the
Well, no,
whole
Crystal Palace is in the Conference League. I'm sorry.
Crystal Palace, they're in the Conference League. They're going to play, and then all of the games will happen in the middle of February, between February 2nd, 17th, where the first leg is happening the week after. Considering that February 17th will be the tail end of the Olympic Games, which start this Friday.
Yeah, you go from one thing into the other. One bit of nugget. Speaking of big sporting events that's happening this week here, and there's a ton of them. There's a
I
ton of them,
know.
mind you.
Yeah.
You realize that the opening of the first round proper
Of the U.S. Open Cup.
of this year's U.S. Open Cup falls on the same day the NCAA tournament starts.
Oh my! That's in March.
Yep. So our
March
game against
17th.
Michigan Rangers will fall on the same day as the first couple games of the first four.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, no bracket watching that night, Steve.
No, it's only actually it's only 2 games for the first four. 2 games on Tuesday, 2 games on Wednesday, and the loser will get killed by the number 1 seed. Pick your choice.
The winner will. You never know. There's been
The winner
116. There has been a number one beaten by a 16 before. It has
Yes,
happened.
yes. University of Maryland, a Baltimore County charter over Virginia. I remember that really well.
So, but yeah, the magic of the cup and the magic of the tournament colliding in the first week.
I know, but hey, we'll be a keyword for it that game. Although it's going to be much more calmer than like in previous years.
The first day of the tournament, I'm seriously thinking about going to Flint to see them take on Flint City take on Ford Madison.
Okay,
that should be a good matchup. So
well,
that basically on coverage for the musings, by the way.
Okay, well, guess what? Speaking of sorry, not sorry, it's that time again.
I've got a lot of problems with you people, and you're going to hear about it.
Yes, brother.
And opening things up here, I'm going to go. A couple weeks ago, the NWSL established a new policy in which players could be named as designated players. Remember that term there, Steve?
Yeah, they used it a lot in MLS when they got Beckham and created the designated player for the super sub player. You know what I mean? That doesn't count against the salary cap. Yes, MLS do have a salary cap, but the designated players do not count as a salary cap. Remember, they get paid well for endorsements and everything. So,
yep. And Washington Spirit chose to use their DP, their designated player option, on one Trinity Rodman. Of course, Trinity Rodman, one of the superstars of the current U.S. women's national team squad. Now, there was talk that, with the salary cap, that there was a possibility where Trinity Rodman could have played in Europe. And this is a move in which the NWSL is trying to keep its best stars from playing in Europe. You know the best way to do it? Get rid of the salary cap altogether. And let these players earn what they can. You're starting to become a viable league now. I mean, grant you, it's not in the realms of, say, like, now what the Women's Super League has become over in Europe, or even the USL Super League is becoming here in the States. But now you're seeing the fact that, grant you, these bigger clubs in overseas, like a Manchester City, like a Chelsea, like an Arsenal, like a Barcelona, can afford to do that because those clubs are affiliated with those women's squads. So it's a little bit of different ball game in there. You gotta loosen. They have to loosen the reins. They have to loosen the reins. That's the biggest handicap of all in American soccer right now is the use of a salary cap. And if you're going to keep if you want to keep the top American talent here in the States, you got to loosen the reins and stop with this. Okay, we're going to follow the MLS model and have a designated player.
Yeah, you're right. The salary cap, to tell you the truth, doesn't mean much in soccer terms. You know what I mean? At any European team, what's the salary cap? You know what I mean? And even
Well,
with
you
the
got FFP.
candidate,
You got FFP over in England, financial
hmm
fair play.
yeah,
That's. I mean, I wouldn't say that's sort of like a salary cap thing.
yeah, something we do not have here in America, financial fair play, and we have
Mhm.
seen teams get punished for violating the fair play rule in Europe, literally.
We've seen
So
teams get punished here in the states for violating the DP rule in MLS.
I know.
One team
Hmm.
in general, the most hated team in America.
In Miami,
Yeah,
the Pink Pony Club.
yeah, yeah. Beckham and his gang over there have been punished before
hmm
because of that. You got, in fact, you have to loosen the reins. I mean, the thing is, you can't be money tight. We talk about people being money tight. We know of one person that's being money tight around here.
Who that?
He happens to own
Mike
two teams.
Ilitch. Mike Ilitch.
Chris Ilitch.
Chris Ilitch. Excuse
Do
me.
not
Sorry.
dare say Mike Ilitch. Do not
Okay.
compare the two.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
not
Don't
do
bother
not
me.
compare the two. Mike Ilitch spent
Right.
money.
I know.
Chris Ilitch, not so much.
Ugh,
He'd spend
I
money on a
know.
good parking lot, though.
Yeah. A lot of parking lots around the Pizza Dome Arena.
Yeah, he'd spend money on a good parking lot
I know.
because he'll make money off of that, charging $50 a pop.
Oh, brother, that's the big money maker of all team sports. The parking lot, literally. If you're going to charge 20 or 50 or $60, oh, brother.
Look how much they charge for Lions games.
I know, $55. I remember going to the
75 bucks for a freaking deal to walk 3 blocks.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I saw the parking lot prices a couple of years ago while going to the Thanksgiving Day parade. Yeah,
You almost want
yeah.
to take the queue line. Well, you couldn't take the queue line because,
Well, it's going from New Center straight to downtown.
yeah.
So
Yeah, you
okay,
can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't take the queue line down to the, the parade. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's under. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I can't take the cool line. Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, they need to loosen the reins. I think in NWSL, and if you're going to compete, if you want to keep the best talent here in the United States, and probably one of the bigger women's soccer leagues in the world, you got to loosen up the reins a little bit. And I think the DP does that. Definitely a
Yeah,
player does that, but you're at the risk of also losing some players that don't follow under that DP or category and losing them
I
to Europe.
I know. Yeah. And before I get to my sorry, not sorry, Trini Rotten is a great player, by the way. I must say,
Absolutely.
she scored a couple of goals, and she sort of debuted the sort of something like Sebi Harris with the windmill back about 10 years ago. It's sort of like a swim thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? She calls it sexy Dexy or something like that. She even tried to get the U.S. Women's
Emma hates
national
to
team.
do it.
I know.
Needless.
And she is a star. She attained it on her own without any help from her dad, who was Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest rebounders of all time. Played for the Pistons his first half of his career, won a couple of championships, and but she's doing it all on her own,
Yeah,
which I think, bravo.
absolutely.
Okay, all right. Let me be serious about this. Sorry, not sorry. Considering that we love our teams, we love our dead. We like to cheer on them when they go, and we get upset when they lose, and yes, put a lot of swear words every time we go to the Nuremberg. Yeah, swear words. You know that. But recently, in a game in Italy for the Cemento against Inter, something happened that scared everybody, and we have video proof. Roll the tape.
Tight in the middle of the park without Colloco, you mentioned a couple of other players. Ooh.
Now, I think a flare has hit Emil Aldero. This could be really serious.
Yes, somebody threw an M80 near
Literally a
Clemenceau.
flashbang.
Yeah, flashbang near Clemenceau goaltender Elmo Agura. He used to play for Inter, and somebody decided to get revenge for leaving the club for the other team. Really? Are you fucking serious? That could have injured the guy. And you decided to spook the goaltender by throwing a flashbang, and if you saw it, there was smoke. Luckily, he was not injured, but come on. You have to be better than that. Come on.
Yeah.
European teams get punished for fan behavior. I remember there was a championship league about 5-10 years ago when the game was getting out of hand. They threw smoke flares. Oh my God, they were not happy. They had to play as punishment. They had to play their game in front of an empty stadium, meaning lost revenue. But honestly, we could boo, we could swear, but putting a player at risk, either your home team or the visiting team, not cool. No.
There's a reason why you keep that stuff in the stands, and being a former Grenadier myself, those things are dangerous. Even if it's a smoke bomb, it's dangerous. I've seen smoke bombs go onto the pitch at Keyworth accidentally.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen that
cool.
before. During a friendly, it landed on it and it had a scorch mark. But we regularly our smoke bombs after they put out. We just put in the can, make sure that But honestly,
yeah, you got to be responsible. You really do. I mean, when you think about it, you got to be really responsible, and those things they just they could be used as weapons, and it was in this case was used as a weapon, and fair play to the officials for letting stopping the match for like 12 minutes to make sure the well-being of the player was taken care of.
He was okay. He was okay. He would have luckily, but he played the rest of the game. But
yeah, you just don't do that. You don't throw that stuff on the pitch at all.
No,
throw it in one of the throw it in a bucket or whatever it is. Douse it out. Keep it. Just.
And the Northern Guard always say during the game, we don't throw anything on the pitch. We want to be
absolutely
good
not. You can boo, you can swear, you can do this, you can do whatever it is. I mean, look at what we did look at what we did last year to Massey. Every time we touched the damn ball.
Yeah. We gave him hell.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he can forgive us for it. I'm sure he can.
I think he did forgive the Northern Guard. Now he's back on our team.
Yeah. But still, I mean, you go, have a little bit of decorum, really. Keep the player, keep the player's safety in mind at all times, at all costs.
Yeah. And me, being near the French line, I just try to, be polite as possible.
We're at that realm now where we, I used to be vocal and vulgar towards these players myself when I was, because I'm a fence line refugee myself. Now that I have a press pass, I have to be a little bit more subdued.
I know, and I'm part of the media. I have to be subdued myself.
Yeah, there's a kid I'll be wearing, and I mean, mind you, I wear Detroit. I'm city till I die. But if I end up wearing that kit, don't be hating. If I end up wearing that kit on one of the musings one of these days.
Okay. All right.
I think you know what kid I'm talking about, Steve.
Needing the smoke kit?
No, there's a certain kid I just bought online.
Okay.
Back in December, I think it was.
All right.
I still want to get Rodney Marsh's number on there.
Oh, I know.
So if there's a certain kid I end up having to wear, don't take offense to it, people.
Okay.
It's just one of those classic kits I like. It is reminiscent of one of those classic kits, and I like wearing that. Who knows? I might end up splurging money and getting a Cosmos one, one of the green
Yeah.
ones.
Well, I'm an ultimate homer, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm city till I die, but when you see something out there that's pretty cool, you can go for it. I mean,
And
hell,
then you probably
I own a scarf of Lou City. I also own a stupid Amo as well. So,
and you probably know my respect is I cover the league
yep,
literally,
and that's what we
and I
do. We
still
cover the
do.
league. Speaking of
And,
covering the league, be on the lookout in the next couple weeks. We're going to be starting to talk about uh, predictions as far as the league goes.
We're 1 month away from the start of the season, so
So be on the lookout. We might be pulling up a couple previews in the next couple weeks. Might not do so much of a good job as far as the Western Conference is concerned, but we
yeah,
do
because
have some
we're mostly in
tools
the
as far
Eastern
as that
Conference.
goes. We do
We're
have some
mostly
tools
in
as
the
far.
Eastern Conference. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And by the
but
way, you notice a couple of times I mentioned a couple of scenes from SCT TV. I did it in honor of Catherine Harrow, who sadly passed away last Friday at the age
great
of 71.
actress, great
Great
actress.
actress. I had to put in the Lola Heteron from SCTV, and yes, the Decimal System System from Haiku, which was a funny skit on SCTV. So yeah. And by the
And
way,
and of course, I mean, she was well, everybody knows Kevin's mom in
yeah,
Home Alone,
and Cookie from
and
Best in Show.
and memorable role in Schitt's Creek.
Yeah,
And her and Eugene Levy, those two are were two peas in a pod.
yeah, they've been
Whether it
friends.
be in Schitt's Creek, whether it be in like a movie like A Mighty Wind,
Yes, and don't forget Best in Show, one of the
Best
best.
in Show, that was another one too.
I know. She will be missed by almost everyone. A
Absolutely.
true comic wonder there. You know what I mean?
Another person
Speaking
that
of
will
which, what you're about to say something?
Yeah, another person that will be definitely missed as I'm wearing the 313 cap today.
Mickey Lolish. Yes, he
Oh
passed
my
away
God.
before. Yeah.
A legend. An
Tell me about it.
underrated legend. The guy
I
won
know.
three games in the World Series back in 1968 for the
The
Tigers.
last one
After Denny
ever do
McClain,
it.
after Denny McClain won three or 31 games in that year. Denny McClain was popped in that first game. Lolich comes in the second game, carries the Tigers to victory. Lolich comes in the fifth game, helps carry the Tigers to victory, but a lot of offense by the Tigers in that one as well. Plus a great play by
Oh yes. The
yeah,
thrown
great,
out at the plate. Yeah.
yeah, the great play. I think it was Mickey was well, I don't know if it was Mickey Staley or Willie Horton, one of the two. Great play nonetheless. That cut off Luke Brock at the plate, and then that
And then game
great
seven
performance
against Bob, the great
great
Bob.
performance in game 7 as well, in which he got a home run.
Yeah, I know. And don't forget, he faced off the legendary Bob Gibson, one of the most dominant players of the 60s.
Yeah, absolutely, and like I said, very underrated pitcher, one of the greatest left-handers of all time, and of course, he served his city. I want to say he served his city, he served his country as well, because he was right there on the forefront trying to protect the citizens of Detroit back in
67.
1967.
Mm-hmm.
Got out of his Tiger uniform and into a National Guard's uniform to help protect the citizens or protect the city of Detroit and its citizens in the middle of the uprising back in '67. So, great human being, and like I said, going to be definitely missed.
And great resident of the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, but
let me wrap this up, considering that we missed being in action at the actual game, by the way. And guess what? There is one this Saturday.
Yes, there is. Saturday, Louisville Triumph, Cubs 2, City Fieldhouse to take on Detroit City FC, a battle of two first place teams in
It's not
the
going to be a high scoring.
NASLW.
It's not going to be a high scoring affair. It's going to be close, literally.
Yep, we'll be there. We'll be there previewing that game, and of course doing a review afterwards on Soccer Night in Detroit and SNID after hours as well. So look for our coverage of that game, and of course you can catch that game on the Detroit City FC YouTube channel.
Yes,
Kickoff is
youtube.com
at 7:30.
at Detroit City FC.
Yep. Yeah, kickoff is at 7:30 for that match. So until Saturday, we will see you then for Steve in the lovely current home of Detroit City FC in Hamtramck.
Yeah, and don't worry, the weather is going to get more nicer. So be good out there, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Absolutely. We will see you on Saturday, folks. Until then, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy, and most of all, be good.